Hello everyone, my name is Laura Petrusor and I would like to welcome you to 360 Visibility's overview on Project Pro by Gemko, the complete construction solution. Thank you for joining us today. I would like to start off by briefly explaining who we are and what we offer. 360 Visibility has won several profit awards including Female Entrepreneur of the Year and Canada's fastest growing companies from 2009 and 2012. We are also a Microsoft Gold Certified partner with competencies in Dynamics and small and mid-market solutions. 360 Visibility is also a long-standing partner of Gemko, and we also use Project Pro for the property management division of our business. So let's explore the benefits of using Project Pro. It is fully integrated with all Dynamics NAV and includes construction capabilities, provides project contracts and change orders for owners, general contractors, subcontractors, architects, and engineers, offers progress billings for calculating and generating project invoices, including holdback, provides notifications and alerts for jobs so that important events cannot be overlooked, and also includes key reports such as age retention receivables and payables, job gross profit, percentage of completion, actual versus budget cost by APO, purchase order status by job, and many more. In today's session, I will be offering a short overview of the following: job costing, job billings, purchase orders by job, inventory management by job, subcontractor, project management, job advance labor, and vendor payments. We will begin our session with showcasing some of the features of the actual job card. When opening up the jobs, you will see a list of all open jobs pending completion, and through Project Pro you're able to see an actual some of the quick facts, so an actual percentage invoice, the percentage completed, a budgeted cost, a budgeted price, and also by double clicking the job itself you get to see a lot more details pertaining to the job. So as you can see, you have contract details, you have customer details, you have manager estimators, you have the WIP method. Also you have the general section of the job, which is again more customer details, and all the job address and actual details of the job. Then under constants and manager section you get to see the actual accounting setup for the job, which is the tax liable, the job posting group, which is the control account, as to where in the GL the job postings will go, the WIP method, the anything of the progress billing. Also on the job card itself you have a quick little detail on the projections. As you can see, budget used percentage, cost to date, budget remaining, budgeted total cost, budgeted profit loss, budgeted profit percentage. It actually shows you the actual details and the projected details in a quick snapshot. You also have the cost, just a little cost summary, which offers you details pretty much on anything that has to do with labor, material cost, equipment costs, any subcontracting, any manufacturing, any overhead costs, and other details that might be pertaining to your business. These are not preset in NAV. They can be easily added through the job cost categories, and they can be done so for each company differently. You also have the revenue categories, which also give you details. Also these categories can be modified, so they're not preset. A few other things that you have on the actual job is on the right side. There's quite a few little details and summarized details on the job budget and contract, where you get to see the actual budgeted cost and the contract price, same as you saw on the main line. Anything that also is related to the actual costs and billings. So it shows actual costs, invoice billed, so everything prior to the date and year to date and job to date. Also shows any payments that you received on this job and any committed cost. By clicking on any of the on the blue amounts, where there's actually a hyperlink where you can click, and NAV will give you the details that make up that total. You also have a little quick budget analysis, which comes in handy, and you also from the job itself have access to reports, any job related reports, and by clicking on the job planning lines, you actually from the job itself can get to add the any budget, any cost budgets, and the actual contract amount. Also from the job itself, you have quick shortcuts to the progress billing, to a job forecast worksheet, any statistics of on the job, quick stats, and now we'll go next to actually showing you how we use the job through purchasing and a bunch of other little things. Other things worth mentioning for project manager is the fact that they do have available a job forecast worksheet, as you can see on the screen, and they do have the option to enter completion of a job task. So they would enter the percentage complete, the units complete, hours to finish, estimated cost to complete. So it's a pretty good tool for them to use for managing of the project. Also, the project managers do have the option to link budgeted cost tasks to revenue tasks for gross profit reporting. And also a very neat thing that I did not get a chance to show to you today was the fact that Microsoft project schedule can be created from a job card, and it does calculate the duration of days, the lag days, and the resources assigned. Other things that I can mention to you is the fact that you do have the option to create a subcontractor card with the job planning lines, so similar to a job card where you would enter budgets and the contract details. You also have the options to get planning lines from job cards. Also can create purchase orders for subcontractors, and you do have the options to track insurance certificates for subs. As you can see, even on the screen, you have like a subcontracted list, which in our example is blank, but this option does exist. Another thing that I would like to mention is the fact that you can do vendor payments by draws, by subcontractor, or by job number if required, not specifically only by vendor. As I mentioned to you at the beginning of the session, there are several reports available through Project Pro, and as you can see, they're delimited under the menu as Project Pro General Reports. And as you can see, you have the aged AR with retention. So when you click on it, you have the option to ages of whatever period you want, and also do print details and also include retention, and also an option to print to Excel. So when you do preview, NAV would export this to Excel. So as you can see, it does a pretty decent Excel. And it does specify the retention and the balance due. Also, different reports that are available, and I mentioned, is the percentage of completion. You have job gross profit. You have job material listing, bonding, committed cost detail report, percentage of completion. You even have an actual versus budget cost by APO. So if we were to run a report on our job, we were to preview, see an actual detail of the actual versus budget cost report. Also, this is not the only way a user can see in NAV where the Project Pro reports are. The Project Pro add-on comes with its own role center. So typically when you click on Home, you would see just a dashboard specifically for the project managers in any job-related industry. Actually, before we move on to the to see some of the reports, I quickly mentioned to you that you have the capability of do change orders as well to a job. And in our example, as you can see below, we have the 360 box shop, which was the master job. And now I have added 360 box shop dash 01, which I say is a change order, and it's linked to this job. To see the details of it, you can actually double click on the job, and you see that the job class is actually a change order, and it's a sub-level to job number 360 box shop. So this is a way you link a change order to an actual job. Same as on the regular job, you do have the options to edit the job planning lines, where you would actually set your budget and your contract lines. Also, there is the option to do progress billing on change orders as well. Same as, so it typically works exactly identical to a job. It's just called a change order. Once the two sales invoices have been posted and hit the customer subledger, we now come back to the job card itself to see how it got updated in the meantime. And if you remember, at the beginning the percentage invoice was a 0%, and now that we actually built 500,000 of a million, we now have 50% invoiced, and it sits at 45% completed. Also on the right side, under the Project Pro details, you see that we now have a receivable balance of $508,000 and also a retention or holdback balance of $56,500 and the payables balance of $150,000. Now that we did this, we can go on to view some of the reports. Now that we pretty much walked through the cost side of a job, we are now ready to move on to the receivable side. So if you remember at the beginning of the session, I'd mentioned that you do have the option to do progress billings with holdback, or some other companies, as you might call it, retention. To do so, you would access the job card. So we're back on the job card itself, and then from the job card you would click on progress billings. As you can see, now will bring up a list of all the open progress bills that have been done so far. So in our case, we do have one that has been done. So to actually view it, you would click view, and as you can see, in our case we billed 250,000, and the status has been changed to invoiced, which means that the progress bill has been invoiced. To view the actual, or actually you see also that we had a 10% holdback onto this specific invoice. So to view the invoice, you would click on view sales document, and you would, in our case, see the 250,000 with 282,500 including taxes, and the 10% holdback. In our example, the holdback is actually deducted out of the total amount including taxes, but there's also the option to deduct the whole back of the total amount before taxes. We then click OK on the specific sales invoice, and then we come back to our example to do a new requisition worksheet. And in our case now we want to bill 250,000. So we'll say that the total out of 500,000, because we previously billed 250, would now bill 250,000. So again, we have the 10% holdback, and then we click on make sales document. Oh, sorry. As you can see, NAV stops you if you don't have all details populated. So in our example, we need the period too. And now we click on make sales document. Now it says that sales invoice has been created. Again, you can quickly click to view your documents. In our case, again, is 250,000. You click OK, and this is how the progress bill has been is being done on a NAV through Project Pro. You do have the option to also create credit memos and actually check if it's paid or not. Okay, and we now move on to another part of our session. We now move on to showing a quick overview of how the actual labor costs are recorded per job. Actually, through Project Pro, there's two ways of doing so, which can be done through manually through the job journal, or it can be done through a little part of the add-on for Project Pro called Job Advanced Labor. So first we just start with the manual process, which is done through the job journals, as I mentioned. So under the jobs menu, we'd click on job journals, and as you can see, I have already entered the lines, which we say an entry type of usage. We then select the document number, which can be the actual payroll week. We then have a job number, which we selected our job that we have been practicing with today. Then we have a job task number, we have type resource. We select the actual resource or the employees. We then put the total hours worked, the unit cost per employee, and the job cost category. Would then post the entry, and once the job cost has been posted to the job, we go to check the job itself. So in our case, the 360 box shop, we open it up, and now we have the projected labor hours, which are 81. So this is one way of recording the actual labor cost per job. And then the other way of doing so, like I said, is through something called Job Advanced Labor, which does allow both time entry and job payroll for each employee. Also, you can establish wages and benefits at employee card by job wages and benefits. It also enables payroll burdens to be calculated from posted job labor entries, and also you can export to Paychecks, Paylocity, and any other payroll solutions. And this is pretty much how the labor can be done at the job level. Before we move on to talk about the inventory management specific to a job, I would like to quickly mention that a user doesn't necessarily have to click each line onto a purchase line, and that there is a function within NAV where you can get details directly from a job. As you can see, get job planning line details, And also the purchase order can be keyed for different types, which before in our example we show directly to a GL account, but you can also purchase items, resources, and fixed assets specific to a job. And there's also the options to do pay when paid through two draws within NAV through Project Pro. We now go on to actually use inventory for a specific job, and this is done so in NAV through the item journals, where we do negative adjustments to a specific job. So in our example, we use paint, we select our job number, a task, which in our case is paint. We say we need 50 gallons, and we need a cost category because the job needs to be updated. We then deduct another item for this specific job. Say we need 30 liters in our case, but we just need to select the right task code. So gasoline quantity is 30 liters, and then same cost category there. We then post, and the inventory is successfully deducted for that job. We now continue with the second point on our agenda, which was creating a purchase order to a specific job. So in our example, we create a new purchase order to a test vendor, a test invoice number, and we select our job that we have seen in the previous details. By selecting the job number on the header, the user is not required to select it at the line level, as it will default on its own. So in our example, we purchase directly to a GL account. We select the task number. So in our case, we say it's materials. We then select the job cost category, which updates the, as you remember on the job card itself, we had the cost categories, which I said they could be added for each company differently, so they're not preset in NAV. You then select, you enter a quantity and an actual cost. You can enter as many lines as you require, not limited to the number of lines. You can also enter one purchase order to multiple jobs. So you're not, by leaving the job number on the header blank, the user can select different job numbers at the line level. Once the purchase order is completed, it gets released, and now by sitting in a release stage, if we go to see our job, you will see that the committed costs actually updated to 100,000. The moment we now go and post our purchase order, so we post it, so we do receive an invoice at the same time. You can do actual partial receipts, and you can do receiving first. If you don't have an invoice, you can just do the receiving first and then the invoicing. And now by going to the actual job, you'll see that the actual amount on the job actually increased to 150,000. So this is in a nutshell the way you would be purchasing for an actual job. That now wraps up our presentation on Project Pro, and I would like to thank you again for your time. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me, and I will do my best to help. As you can see on the screen, you can reach me by email at lpetrosor@360visibility.com, by phone at 905-907-3609, or you can visit our website at www.360visibility.com. Thank you and have a great day.